What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of GG Gaming. I'm your host and Player 1, Andrew, and with me is my co-host and Player 2, Alpha Stoutland.
What's up, guys? Alpha Stoutland here.
Woo! So, something I mentioned... Whoops, I just... something I mentioned last week that we want to focus on this week is trying to keep what we initially planned about an hour, because we went way too long the past couple of weeks, and last week specifically. So yeah, we're going to try to aim, we're actually going to actively aim for an hour this time. You know, a little above or a little under is okay, but, you know, that just went really long. We got really into the Smash.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we got really into Smash. So, I guess we'll just kick things off with what you've been up to. So, Alpha, what you've been up to?
Well, the reason we're recording this on a Tuesday instead of a Friday or Saturday, we just got done with the revival in my church. That was really cool. And then Homecoming Sunday, we ate a lot of good food, obviously, after service. And so I had a busy week last week with that. It was a good week. And I have just started working on my third and final, Manifesto Shantae video. My final Shantae for Smash speculation videos. So you guys that are viewing this can look forward to that. Hopefully that'll be up this week. Maybe around the time as Andrew posting this. Who knows? If I can get into Camtasia and edit it. If I could speak. Every time I'm talking to you beforehand, I always get my sentences coherent and all that, and then I get here and I'm just eating my words over and over. But anyway, you know what I mean. Get a chance to work on it, and so I'm excited because just working on it got me even more excited because I was like, dude, I'm excited to talk about it. So that's what I've been up to. I barely touched Shantae. I barely touched the Shantae Virtual Console game. I played the belly dance minigame for 30 minutes and grinded coins. That was my time on the game this week. So besides that, I really haven't played a lot of game stuff. So
that's all right. You're working on your manifesto.
Exactly, my manifesto magnifico.
Manifesto magnifico. I was going to say something, and I don't remember what I was going to say. But so if Shantae winds up not getting in, you might have to do a fourth video talking about her as DLC.
This is true.
So for me, what did I do this week? Not much. Some work, and I have been playing games. First, what was the one? Oh, I got back into playing Dragon Ball FighterZ because they had some kind of DLC with lobby avatars and alternate costumes that I believe were limited for a month. So you had to save up Zenny which is the in-game currency, in order to purchase them. So I ended up playing some modes and getting enough in-game money and purchase them. And so I'm like, okay, I'm good now. But now I'm kind of trying to get a bit better at the game. And one of the characters, Hit, I always wanted to use him. And when I picked up the game, I was just awful with him. So I saw some combos and I was really trying to figure him out. And so I'm excited to learn that game if I could even do that. I'm okay at it, but there are some characters that I want to use that I'm just not good at.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game is awesome. I'm still excited about it, even though I don't play it as much as I thought I would. And I'm hoping that they're gonna reveal more characters because it's just so cool. It's fun to watch too. It's just a fun game to watch play.
Mm-hmm. Who's your main in Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Well, you play with 3 characters. So my main in terms of characters that I'm good with, I'm good with Goku because he's a basic starter character.
He's like Mario. He's just all around good. Yeah.
So Super Saiyan Goku, because regular Goku is actually a DLC character.
So I saw that.
Yeah, and he's actually a bit different, and he uses the Kaioken and the Spirit
Bomb. Cool.
Yeah. I got into using Frieza. He's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And who was the other one? Oh, I really enjoy using Android 21. I like
everybody seems to like Android 21,
but I like stealing people's moves and throwing them. And I know there's some of her movements I find are actually a lot of fun, and her super where she turns you into food, as well as her other super in the air, where I don't know, she's fun to use, and it's a bonus that she's super sexy.
For a pink woman with a tail, she is kind of attractive. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. And who's the other character? I mean, I said Goku, but I usually was using somebody else. I think it was Goku Black, so another Goku.
Yeah. I'm sort of familiar with Dragon Ball, like Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and all those guys. Mm-hmm. Is Goku Black like an evil clone of Goku, or like a mind-controlled Goku, or what?
Okay, so this is a little bit spoilers, so if anybody cares or not, I don't know if they want to skip
ahead. Might need to put a timestamp in or something, yeah.
I don't know how to do that, but I guess
or just like when you're in recording, just like whatever part this is, like skip to the part where we're not talking about it?
I would just say skip ahead like a minute, because or 2 minutes, because I'm just going to give a brief. So basically, in an alternate universe, there's Supreme Kai in training who hates mortals, and he gets wind of Goku and decides to wish on the Super Dragon Balls to switch bodies with him. And then he winds up taking these time rings that every time an alternate future is created, a new time ring is created, which you can go into that future. So he takes that and goes into the future where Future Trunks is from, because in that future, the Supreme Kai of the main universe died, and since the Supreme Kai and God of Destruction share a life link, the God of Destruction's dead. So with the God of Destruction out of his way, he teams up with his future self to basically wreak havoc and unleash his plan to destroy all mortals. So he is basically, they're like a sword and shield combo, where Goku Black is the sword, because every time he gets hurt or loses, he gets stronger, because that's the Saiyan biology. And his future self, his name's actually Zamasu. His future self makes a wish on the Super Dragon Balls for immortality, so he's the shield, where he basically can't die. So Goku Black is this Supreme Kai in training who switched bodies with Goku. And then because of time shenanigans, the present actually changed. So Goku never switched bodies with him. So it's like an alternate present where he did switch. And so he's like fighting himself from an alternate present. So that is Goku Black in a nutshell.
Okay. That's interesting plot point.
Yeah, the reason his hair turns pink, story-wise, is that because he actually has God Ki, as opposed to Goku and Vegeta, who are, I guess, tapping into it. The color changes to pink instead of blue. So I guess if a god was a Saiyan, I guess because of the biological makeup, the hair turns pink instead of blue. I guess the not story reason is that it's the inverse color of that shade of blue. So.
Okay.
But yeah, he's fun to use. So yeah, my team was Frieza 21 and Goku Black, but there are other characters that I want to learn. I want to learn Hit, and I want to learn Fusion Zamasu, which is Goku Black fused with Zamasu from the future. It's either Zamas or Zamasu. It depends on the translation, and I forget what the official English one chose. I think they chose Zamasu, but I don't know 100% sure, because when they translated it into the manga, the official English manga, I think, is just Zamas, and the official English anime is Zamasu. So it's always like blurry as to what's the correct pronunciation. And then other than Dragon Ball FighterZ, I picked up Mega Man 11, and I've been playing that, and that's a lot of fun. It's Mega Man, and it's fun.
So you love Mega Man, so yeah.
I do. One of the things I noticed, one of the things, I was having some trouble with it. There were some parts here and there, like tricky placements of enemies or jumps or spikes. And I realized the game, I don't want to say it gets easier, but I want to say that if you get stuck with certain things, the game kind of like gives you a nudge. So for example, in Acid Man stage, there's a lot of spikes in the water sections, and I kept dying by touching the spikes because there's like maybe 2 or 3 just tricky placements where you have to do like short hops, but because you're underwater, you go higher up, and the spikes are like on the ceiling and the floor. So if you die, I don't know if it's lose a life or get a game over. But if you either lose a life or get a game over a certain number of times against the spikes, and I think it's like 3, then the in-game shop, it unlocks the spike protection, which basically instead of dying from touching spikes, you get hurt. And you can only carry 3 of them, and it automatically uses it, because it's like an equipable item. It automatically uses one when you touch a spike, and then you get hurt instead. So basically you can touch spikes 3 times. So after that, I played the level, and I wound up not even having to use any. So it was, I don't know, maybe because I felt more confident. I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna die if I touch these spikes. So I kinda like zoomed through it, and I didn't touch the spikes at all. So
Wow.
I was like, nice. So currently I beat maybe 5 or 6 Robot Masters.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's Mega Man, and Mega Man's fun. So I'm really curious if they're gonna do any type of DLC or anything, because I saw some concept art for things that are not in the game. And, like, I guess there was a rush adapter where because in some of the older games, you can fuse with Rush or wear Rush as armor, and you get some abilities. And I think there was concept art of him wearing Rush, and that's apparently not in the game. So I'm wondering if they're going to do any DLC, and if not, maybe they'll reuse some of those concepts, those scrap concepts, in like a potential Mega Man 12. Because it seems like Mega Man is basically back after all this time.
Okay.
Which is exciting. It's an exciting time to be a Mega Man fan.
So it's kind of returning to the roots of Mega Man instead of Mega Man X and all that.
Right.
Where it's like different
classic,
Mega Man.
Yeah, classic Mega Man.
Okay.
So,
cool.
And he's got his slide, his charge buster. There's a couple of things in the shop that make some things a little bit easier. They're things that you can purchase, and it's kind of easy to get bolts. Like, if you play a level, because the currency is bolts, and if you play a level, you pick up a lot of them, and even if you get a game over, you still keep the bolts that you picked up. So, if you lose, if you're having trouble, if you're struggling, and you get a game over, you can go to the shop and purchase something that might help you with what you're getting stuck with. So, the game actually kind of gives you a couple little pushes if you're getting stuck. So, it's actually, and I'm playing on the normal mode. There's like a newcomer and casual, normal, and some kind of hard mode. So I'm just playing on normal because I've played all the Mega Man games before. So, and I'm doing pretty decent, I would say. I'm a little bit rusty because it's been a long time. So, I think I'm doing okay at it. I'm still trying to get used to the gameplay because it does feel slightly different than the 8-bit Mega Man, although it's not vastly different. It's just like a little bit different. So it's a little getting used to, and there's a couple of tricky placements in the levels that, you know, kind of lead to some deaths that I'm just like, what? Why is this like this? Why is this here? So, like, there was one where you had to slide, I think it was in Tundra Man stage. There's like a slide with a pit of spikes under it. And once you come out of the slide, you can fall right into the pit of spikes. And I just, like, I know you're probably supposed to just, like, hold forward to fall on the floating platform. But I don't think that there's, like, I don't know, there's no way to tell. For me, I didn't see there was any way to really, like, know how to figure out, can I fall farther forward by holding forward? Like, I'm not sure exactly how you would have protected yourself from that spike pit. So, I don't know. I got the edition. I got the one on the Switch, so it came with a really awesome Mega Man Amiibo.
Oh, okay. So it came in a bundle. Okay, cool.
So I have the Mega Man Amiibo from Smash and the Mega Man Amiibo from Mega Man 11.
Hey, speaking of that, I know we're going to talk about news in a minute. This is kind of a good segue into it, honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They announced that they're doing giveaways in Japan for different like prizes in some kind of tournament, and I think it involves Mega Man 11 because they're giving away 10 exclusive gold Mega Man 11 Amiibo. And they're like gold. Obviously not gold plated, but they're like gold Mega Man Amiibo, just like they did for the Smash Amiibo for Mega Man. They're doing it with this Amiibo, so that's pretty cool. Of course, there's only 10 in existence, so they're going to be super duper rare.
Wait, where are they giving them out?
Japan. They're like prizes in some kind of. They're prizes in a raffle. I thought it was a tournament, but it's a raffle. So there's 10 Amiibos randomly being given away.
I'm wondering if they're going to like re-release it. I think they did something like that with Mario. There was a gold Mario that was like really rare, and then I think they re-released a gold Mario.
Okay.
But it's in a different packaging, so it's not as rare. So I suppose if that particular gold Amiibo of Mega Man from Mega Man 11 is in a specific packaging, and then they wind up later re-releasing it as a different packaging, then you can't prove that you have the original one, I guess.
Yeah, it's still special. It's just not as special.
Yeah,
it's still gold. It's just
there might even be some info on the base that'll say it's like the first edition or something.
That'd be cool. That'd be
sure. But yeah, I guess that's basically what I've been playing this week, and I guess we could talk about some news. There's a couple of things that we wanted to talk about. Did you want to talk about anything first, or?
One thing that really piqued my interest this week was that people have started noticing. Of course, we're all talking about Smash Bros. Character speculation, and there's one character that really hasn't really been talked about, and that's Medusa from Kid Icarus Uprising. Her voice actress, Cree Summer, apparently has been, or liked tweets and stuff referencing Medusa in Smash, and when people started picking up on this, she retracted all the likes and stuff like that. So if she had just done that, it'd be like, okay. But the same thing happened with Shulk back in 3DS and Wii U when his voice actor did the same thing before he got announced. Apparently so, yeah. That's what people were saying. That's why people were getting hyped. And, of course, it's October. She's a spooky villain. She was even referenced in the Simon Belmont trailer. So, I mean, I can see it happening. Obviously, she'd be an echo of Medusa. But, an echo of Palutena. But she would be a cool villain. I mean, we need more villains. We need more girls. And she's both, and she's cool. So
Would you prefer Medusa or Hades?
Oh man, I finally sat down and watched the Kid Icarus Uprising cutscenes, and oh my gosh, Hades is awesome.
Is it?
I
never
not
played
as good
the
as
game,
Disney's Hades, but I'm biased to Disney's Hercules Hades. So, but he was just such a great character. I feel like Medusa. Obviously, if we're talking about Echo Fighters, she would be the obvious pick. For like new villains,
not Pseudo Palutena.
Would be, huh?
Not Pseudo Palutena, the one with like the eggplant head.
I'm not super familiar with. I remember her being an assist trophy.
Yeah,
or not an assist trophy, a trophy, because they psych people out like, "Oh, Palutena is a trophy." No, never mind. I don't really see Sakurai wasting a slot on Pseudo Palutena.
That should be
can
a
see
costume.
That would be awesome.
That'd be hilarious.
As gorgeous and beautiful as Palutena is, and as graceful as she is, and then she turns into this hideous creature, like, wah! Medusa would be cool, honestly. Add some dark magic effects, maybe change up some of her moves, kind of like like Chrom. That would be cool.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it. Obviously,
awesome.
As long as characters like Shantae and other characters, but she would be a cool.
And characters like Minecraft Steve are not in.
Yeah, yeah. We beat that dead horse last week, guys.
Yeah,
so you can go watch that.
Actually, that Minecraft con came and went, so I feel like if he was going to be in the game as a playable character, that was the opportunity.
True.
So,
very true.
I mean, maybe he could still be announced as an assist trophy. I mean, he could still be announced as a character, but I feel like that was the opportune time to do it.
Oh, yeah.
The same with, like I was saying, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm saying, like, if Goku was ever gonna be in Smash, the opportune time was when they announced Fighters on the Switch.
Yeah.
That's not to say they can't still announce a character, but I just feel like that would have been the time.
It would have been just like Isabelle with Animal Crossing. It would have made sense, and it would have booted the game. So,
but I mean, you can argue against that by saying, well, they didn't announce Shantae during the Indies Direct.
True. So, which again, that would have taken away from all the indie games. So,
exactly could be the case. Like, oh, Goku being in Smash or Minecraft Steve being in Smash could have taken away from their respective, their directs or whatever.
Yeah, so, it wasn't a Nintendo event to start with, so it'd be weird for a Nintendo thing to happen at a Minecon. So that does make sense that he wasn't announced.
Yeah. I guess
we're just holding that hope that he's not in, guys. It's just
I don't care as long as everybody else is in.
This is true.
I feel like not everybody's gonna be happy. Although I want us all to. I want everybody to have their character in.
Oh yeah.
And then if Minecraft Steve is just thrown on the pile after everybody's got what they want, then sure, why not? But if not, then it just feels like he's taking a spot for someone that a lot of people want.
And of course he's not, but it feels like he is.
Yeah.
And there's just so many other characters that deserve the spots too.
Yeah.
And of course we talked about those already with our personal picks and stuff. Also in the last video, so we don't ramble in this video. But there's just a lot of characters people want, and Steve is just really not one of them.
Yeah.
There's a few people that really want him, but most are like, it would make sense. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but some like us are just like, please don't. No. So
yeah, it's like I said, I don't. It's not that I don't want him in so much as I don't want him in over other characters who are more deserving.
Yeah.
I really don't know much about Minecraft, so saying more deserving makes me feel like, Minecraft is such a big series that it is deserving, I guess, but he's not really a character.
Yeah,
I feel like we're beating a dead horse here.
Oh yeah, we're repeating. Yeah,
yeah.
Continue in episode 20.
Yeah, continue in the previous episode. This is a prequel to that conversation.
It's like FNAF 2.
Yeah. But you actually showed me an interesting image of supposedly leaked characters, and I
did.
Really hope this is true, because if this is true, then everyone's happy. I want this. This is the ideal leak in terms of what would be the best case scenario. I don't know if you want to talk about it because you actually posted it on your Twitter.
Sure. I don't know where. I actually took a screenshot from the YouTuber Zent in his community tab because it showed up randomly in my feed. He randomly posted this picture to promote a new Smash video he was doing, and apparently it was kind of clickbaity, just like, sorry guys, I just did this just to get your attention. But he posted a 10 to 12 picture compilation of Smash quote-unquote leak pictures that are pretty much all the characters people are asking for and more. So the pictures include Geno, Bandana Waddle Dee, Incineroar, Skull Kid, Isaac, Isabelle, Ken, Shadow, Dark Meta Knight, Rayman, Dixie Kong, A Chorus Man, Paper Mario, Banjo and Kazooie, Nintendo, Dry Bowser, and of course our girl Shantae. And some of the renders, like Isabelle's, looks just like she did in Smash Wii U as an assist trophy, but Shantae's looks different. Banjo's looks good. Paper Mario's looks good, and of course some of these are super blurry, but Shantae's is pretty clear. And same thing with Paper Mario's. So, and people have pointed out that it may be there is I don't know. I think he's on DeviantArt. His name's like Rafa Knight. He made a Shantae.
Actually, I believe that's a girl.
Okay, sorry. I don't.
I think
sorry,
so.
It's so hard to tell people if they're a boy or a girl on the internet. But they made a model of Shantae in 3D, and it's in SFM and Gmod and stuff. And it's one of the most popular renders, models of her, because it actually kind of looks like her. I think her head's a little too thin in that, just my personal taste. But this model looks different. Her head is broader. Her eyes look more like they do in the actual games. And I wasn't looking, but her bust size is smaller than this model. So it would fit Smash more because it's like just like Samus and it was toned down just like Samus and Snake, and Corrin and Palutena and other characters that either show a little bit of skin or a little more like I never noticed Snake's butt because I'm a dude. As far as I know, Captain Falcon's butt is the same size, but it's interesting that they took even if this is a fan model, it's interesting they took the time to notably lower Shantae's bust size. And I know we're talking about Shantae's boobs. Just hear me out. But on a model, even if it is a fan-made model, they're like, how can we make this more pertainable to actually being a Smash? Well, Sakurai would tone her down a little bit. What better way to do that than add a little bit more coverage or just shrink her boobs? So in that sense, it makes sense. She does seem to lack some texture and some hair texture, shine on the gold parts of her outfit and stuff, but that could just be a demo build. It could just be the quality of the picture. And I know I'm just talking about Shantae, but Banjo-Kazooie, who Drew has obviously shown affection for, looks very interesting in this picture. He looks pretty legit. He looks cartoony, but also you can see a little bit of hair texture. I don't really see Kazooie. I guess it is Kazooie behind him.
Yeah, the head is off the image. It looks like.
But some of the and we'll try, and if you can put this in the thumbnail or not the thumbnail, but like the video itself right now, maybe just to show people what we're talking about. Paper Mario looks really good. It's like a 3D, 2D, and I like that. He looks like.
Otherwise, you can go to Alpha's Twitter and look at his recent post.
Yeah, that's right. I did post it on Twitter. I forgot to say that.
So how about we promote you?
Yeah, but it's leaks like that get me excited. Obviously, it's a leak, and I've avoided talking about that on my channel. We've talked about it some in this, but again, we're just like, hey, leaks are leaks. Shantae's not in them. We don't want to talk about them because that's the case. So a leak is still a leak. As credible as these pictures look, they could still just be fan renders. I know there was one that you showed me that had a really good render of Shadow.
Yeah. It was actually really cool. Somebody pointed out that the shadow behind Shadow, the shadow behind him looked a lot lighter than the one for Sonic and some other characters. But I think that that's just color theory at work, where the background behind Shadow was a shade of blue, so it made the shadow behind Shadow look like a lighter shadow. But if you actually just look at the color of the shadow and compare that to the color of the shadow behind Sonic, I think that they actually might be the same color. It's just when you have it next to such an intense blue like that, versus the shadow behind Sonic where it's against a yellow, I think it makes the two shadows look like different colors. And there was a lot of shadow in that sentence.
If you think about it, Sonic's blue. How much sense would it make to put a black shadow behind Shadow? So it makes sense that he would. So now you've got me believing this leak.
And the one with Ness, the shadow behind Ness, looked a bit lighter too, because somebody showed a picture of Ness, and I noticed the shadow behind Ness looked light too, and lo and behold, there was a blue background behind that Ness. So I think that just supports the color theory that I'm talking about, where it's just an illusion that it's the same color. Each character's shadow is the same color, except when the background is blue, it looks different. It looks lighter.
That's cool.
Actually, I was going to ask you, this image that you posted, do you think this collage of image leaks are all one leak, or do you think they're separate leaks that this guy put together in one collage?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because maybe a couple of these I think I've seen, but at different points in time.
I'm sure it's probably just a compilation.
Maybe Skull Kid.
Yeah, the Skull Kid just looks like a standard Skull Kid model, and Incineroar looks like crap. It's so blurry.
Shantae has her arms out. I'm wondering if that's some kind of dancing pose or what.
Yeah, and people are like, she's just doing the T-pose, or she's doing Zelda's pose. But she's really not, and she's looking to her side like she's casting a spell or something.
Yeah, and Shantae puts her arms out like that when she dances anyway.
Yep.
So,
and it does kind of look like her hip is to the left up a little bit.
Yeah,
so
she's on an angle.
And then Dark Meta Knight's model looks amazing too.
Yeah.
So, which
Although,
could just be ripped from
what I
Kirby
asked
Star
you
Allies. So.
was, I thought that was an alternate costume for Meta Knight already, but you said that was Galactonite?
Yeah, he has a Galactonite skin. It's like not him, but it's colored like him.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Kirby series, so I don't know all these Meta
I'm
Knights.
not either. I've just seen people talk about him. So.
I mean, I want this leak to be... If this is one leak, I want it to be real, and if it's a collage of leaks, I want at least Shantae to be real.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Of all the characters, honestly, I can say Shantae's is one of the most convincing renders. Rayman looks kind of but of those multiple ones, I would say Dark Meta Knight, Paper Mario, Shantae, and maybe Banjo and Geno are the most convincing to me. And maybe Bandana Waddle Dee? Maybe. I'm not convinced on Ken because that's literally Ryu's talk is cheap taunt from Smash. And Isabelle looks just like she did as an assist trophy in Wii U. So I don't see either of those being legit. And of course, Incineroar's is blurry. Shadows is very, very blurry. Chorus Ben, it's so white.
That Paper Mario one, I'm trying to figure out if it's 3D or 2D.
Yeah, like it looks almost like a fusion of both.
Yeah,
like he's flat, but
yeah, it could be 2D with like a couple of raised elements, like like what a character looks like when they're in flat zone.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
That'd be cool. Like I wouldn't mind Paper Mario at all. He would be cool, and at least he would be different than Mario and Dr. Mario. So, but of course, obviously, we want Shantae and Banjo more. Mm-hmm. But this would just be such a cool roster, man. You got everybody. It's just I want it. And there's no Steve.
Hey, if
also
all
no Sora,
these characters, if all these characters got in, then I wouldn't mind Steve thrown on the top of the pile. Like, okay, Steve, come on in. We're all happy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is, I guess, what's new Smash-wise in terms of leaks. I mean, I saw a couple of them. I know. I watched a couple of videos. I'm trying to remember ones that I saw. There was, let's see. There was talk about, I think, Geno being in. There was a leak.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you know what? There was a leak. I think Papa Gino's covered this. There was a leak that was only somewhat credible because it was posted on 4chan, and the person said that, I guess it was posted on a Friday or obviously before the weekend. And they said, they said something along the lines of watch on Monday, they can prove themselves right because the next thing on the Smash blog was going to be about, I think, Wii Fit Trainer, and that wound up being true. But it could also be a coincidence because maybe it was predictable due to how many characters were left to talk about on the Smash blog, on top of it being some kind of fitness day or a national fitness day in Japan. But I mean, still, they've never really shown characters on other holidays to represent that. So I don't know. It could go either way. But the leak itself, that if this was true, said that the characters that were going to be revealed were Geno and Incineroar. And then they mentioned Echo Fighters, and I think they said, I don't remember, I think they said Ken and Shadow, but they said Zeraora.
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
Which would be pretty awesome, actually. I would imagine him being an echo of Lucario with maybe some Pikachu moves.
Yeah,
that'd be neat.
I mean, it would be cool. I don't personally want a Zeraora because it's so new. And of course, you can make the argument, well, Greninja was new, but
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, we already have 2 electric types. I don't really want a third. I would much prefer someone like Sceptile or Zarina or someone else that'd be a completely new type. So that's just me.
Zarina?
Zarina is basically a Grass Queen waifu.
Serena. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pronounced one of those ways. I said Serena at first, but I think it's Zarina. Maybe it's like Russian or something.
I heard Zarina. I was like, huh? But yeah, it's like Serena.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, I love that Pokemon. She's so cool.
I think the T might be silent, and it's like Serena. I don't know. But yeah, she's actually really cool. I used her on my team, my main team in, it's like Sun or it was either Moon or Ultra Moon, and I think it was Moon, and she was awesome. She was an awesome Pokemon, and I like her Trop Kick.
Yes, yeah, I love the pun of that name too. Like it's just they're getting more and more clever with those names. I do like that.
Tropic and Drop Kick. It's so clever.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any favorite Pokemon? Or like, what was your main team?
My friend Ethan showed me all the Pokemon beforehand because I didn't look at the story because everything got leaked beforehand, obviously because the internet is the internet. But I was like, okay, you know what? I want to see what Pokemon are what so I can build my team. And Oricorio, as soon as I saw it, was one of my first picks. I love Oricorio.
Which form?
Bila form. I love.
Which one is that?
The fire type. The fire type dancer one.
Is that how it's pronounced? Bila?
Bile, something like that.
I thought it was Vale. I'm probably completely wrong.
But I actually bred a shiny one. I love shiny yes. And like you get 4-in-1 with that, but Bila is beautiful because it just swaps the colors so she turns black with red highlights.
Oh, it's gorgeous. That's so
it is beautiful.
Cool. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Exactly. I didn't think about that, but yeah. But I love that Pokemon so much. So she was on my team. She's not amazing, but I love her so much. It's just such a cool Pokemon. Drampa was another one that I immediately pegged for my team. And so I hunted one down and made sure he was modest-natured. And I think I ended up settling on Bold, but that's just because I couldn't find one with Berserk, where after he drops half health, his special attack goes up. Love Drampa, still do, especially because of the meme. I don't know how many of you guys have watched Poplio's Problem on my channel, but at the end of it, there's this thing where Drampa comes out and he's like, "Hey kids, want some candy?" So I love Drampa just because of the memes on my channel, but just because he's just a cool Pokemon. So he was on my team. Obviously Poplio was like the starter I immediately loved.
Me too.
Rowlet's adorable and Litten is cool, but I love Poplio.
Actually,
Brionne is,
I was gonna say, for me, at first I didn't like Poplio, and then I saw like a connection between Poplio and like a puppy, and then I was like, you know what, this is adorable, and then I like loved Poplio the most, and this happened within like the period of like 24 hours. So I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't really like this one, and then like maybe not even a day later, I was like, yo, this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
So I started.
Oh, he's such a cute little sea pupper. But I'm not a fan of Brionne. I hate Brionne. It's honestly my least favorite Pokemon now just because of how it's just so feminine looking, whereas I imagine it being like a clown over a mermaid. Primarina's pretty cool. I do just wish, like, I would say the same for Incineroar. Incineroar is just so jacked and manly looking, and Primarina is so feminine looking. Decidueye is kind of in the middle. It's kind of like how I wish they look like Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, and all those other, like, of course you have other ones like Blaziken and Feraligatr that look more masculine, but for the most part, the starters look pretty gender neutral in their appearance. And I kind of wish Primarina and Incineroar did that, but I still do love Primarina, and so Primarina was my starter I picked, so that was on my team. Crabominable.
Fairy.
Yeah, very true, very true. Very true. Haha.
I didn't mean that as a homosexual joke. I meant, it literally is a fairy.
Yeah. So. But Crabominable, actually, I liked at first. It's kind of waned on me a little bit. I don't like its little goofy hat. But I do like Crabominable to an extent. Crabrawler was cool, and Crabominable's just I love how goofy it is, and so I immediately was like, I want to use this thing on my team. Minior was one of my favorites immediately too, and so it was on my team. It actually almost swept all of Lucamine's Pokemon. I set up Moon. Wow. I set up Shell Smash. I got hit by a Moonblast from her Clefable and proceeded to Acrobatics her entire team until Beware came out, and then I switched out to Primarina. So it was. I loved Minior. It's still one of my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon.
Really?
And I'm trying to think who the last one. Yeah, I love Minior. And I got a shiny one of that one too because it's black and it has all the colors on it from its other 5 forms. Yeah, I shiny bred it.
Okay.
You can breed it with a Ditto, but yeah, I love Minior, and I have a thing for black shinies. So I did like a black shiny hunt with like Palisand and Oricorio
I'm
and
surprised because
Minior.
Litten is black and red, and you didn't go after Litten.
I'm gonna go for Shiny Litten. I did raise an Incineroar eventually, but to start out my story, I was like, I'm going Poplio. I love this little sea pupper. Who was the last Pokemon on my team?
So list the 5 again.
Primarina, Crabominable, Minior, Oricorio, Drampa, Ribombee. Oh my gosh, I love Ribombee. Cutiefly was good to start with, and then that thing evolved. I was like, holy crap, this thing is a beast. It's so cute, and then it kicks so much butt, and I love it. It's just this adorable little puffball that's just like, I'm gonna murder all the dragons. I love it so much.
Was this Sun or Moon?
Moon, and I got Ultra Sun later.
So did you use the same team again?
No, Sun, Ultra Sun. I used that time. I chose Decidueye. So I had Decidueye, Tentacruel. Crap. It's been so long since I played through. Stoutland. Stoutland. I used that time.
Nice.
I
don't even think I could remember my team.
Yeah. Who else? I honestly don't remember. I remember Stoutland and Decidueye, and I think I used Ribombee again, a different Ribombee. And like I said, Tentacruel. I needed a water type and someone to deal with all the cumbersome other things. I think I used Zoroark too, or I might be mistaken.
Yeah, I love Zoroark.
Zoroark's awesome.
I love using Zoroark where he transforms into Gengar because he's resistant to Gengar's weaknesses.
Yeah.
So it's like so somebody tries to hit you with Gengar's weakness and it winds up doing like half damage because
or if it's psychic, it doesn't even affect you to start with.
Exactly.
But I forget the other two. I was about to say Komodo, but I didn't use Komodo. I love Hakamoto and Jangmo, but I do not like Komodo.
I always forget their names because it confuses me.
Yeah.
The last one is Hakomoto?
The second to last one's Hakamoto. The final one's Komodo.
So what's the first one?
Jangmo.
Jangmo, Hakomoto, and Komodo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the middle stage. It's like the perfect balance of scales and like reptilianness. And like I honestly, when I saw Jangmo and saw it was a quadruped, I was like, oh snap, it's gonna be an Ankylosaurus dragon steel type. And then it turned out to be a dragon fighting type that was hideous as crap. So I was like, eh. And like I said, I like Hakamoto, but I do wish Komodo had been Anklomo. So that's just me.
Maybe split evolutions at one
that would have
point.
that would have been cool.
I
know I'm rambling, but that was just
no, that's fine. I used I tend to have like always have Raichu on my team.
Okay.
I just really like Raichu as an electric Pokemon. And
it is criminally underrated.
Yeah, it's just like one of my favorites design wise too. So I had Moon and then I had Ultra Moon. So in Moon I used Alolan Raichu. I had actually a pretty well balanced team. Like each Pokemon was a different type. So let's see, it was Alolan Raichu. I know I used Komodo. Was that Steel Dragon or Dragon or I don't remember.
Dragon fighting.
Dragon fighting. Okay.
Yep. First of its kind. Yeah.
I can't remember. I used Serena. She's just grass, I think, right?
Yeah, she's pure grass. Yeah.
I pronounce it Primarina because she's prim and she's based. He or she is prim and proper, but also, I think it's based on the water-related word marina, like where boats dock.
Okay.
I don't know. A lot of people say Primarina. But anyway, Primarina, what I say, Como, Alolan Raichu, Serena, and 2 others. I had to have a fire type, I'm pretty sure. I had a fire type, but it wasn't, it was not Salandit and what's it evolve into?
Salazzle.
Yeah, I used that in Ultra Moon. But I can't.
She's awesome too.
Yeah, she is awesome. But I don't know what those last 2 were. Shoot. What are some fire types in Ultra? I mean, what are some fire types in Gen 7?
Salazzle, Turtonator was the other one I used in my new play, because I replaced Grandpa with Turtonator.
I think I was going to use him, and then I wound up using a different Pokemon, and I didn't want to have two fire types because I wanted to have a balanced team. So I wound up just using someone else. If I look at a list of Gen 7, the Pokemon in Sun and Moon, were they pure Gen 7, or was there a mix of other...
It was a mix.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a mix.
Because I know it was a mix in the Ultra games.
And they added 100 more to the deck, so that mixed it up even more. Fire types in Gen 7 were Incineroar, Salazzle,
Lycanroc. Use Lycanroc Midnight.
Oh, yeah. Lycanroc's awesome. Holy cow.
So that's one
more.
There's one more I can't remember I used. Did I not use a fire type?
There's not a whole lot of fire types in Gen 7 now that I think about it. Like, fully evolved fire types.
It might have been like an ice.
Was it Alolan Ninetales?
No, because I wanted to use it, and I wound up using it in Ultra Moon, so I know I didn't use it in the first one.
Okay. Was it Alolan Marowak?
Yes! Thank you.
Yeah,
Alolan
that's
Marowak.
Such a cool mon, too.
That was so cool. And in Ultra Moon, I'm probably not going to remember as much, because I wasn't as into the Ultra game, because it felt like I was playing the exact same game until the end. And I tried to use...
I felt like it was inferior story-wise, honestly.
Really?
Like, the Lusamine fusion arc, I was like, oh, snap!
I did like how they attempted to redeem Lusamine by... I don't know. They made it like her heart was in the right place, and she was like, not really brainwashed, but like kind of poisoned by Nihilego, because it kind of messes with you. But, then like, how can you forget her collection of frozen Pokemon? So it's like, was that before or after the Nihilego? Because if it was before, then she was crazy from the start.
It's just like, my babies, my babies.
It really it really depends on when that happened. Actually, I don't know if you know, but there was, not a theory, but like, there was a group, it was like, I think in the library, there was a story about, it was like a Slowpoke, a Pikachu, and something else, that winded up actually being the three Pokemon that were frozen.
Ooh.
And at some point in the game, you see the three Pokemon, I think.
Yeah, because it does show Pikachu and Slowpoke, and I forget the other one. Who was the other one you said?
Pyukumuku.
Yeah.
And and at the end, you wind up seeing them in her lab, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. So we're just slowly gonna overlook this Game Freak, and they're still frozen in her.
We still don't know where the ghost girl in the elevator is from.
Yeah, you're not the one. Floats away.
Yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions. I know in Ultra Moon, I used whatever I said I used before, plus some others. Alolan Ninetales. I actually wound up taking off the experience share to have more of a challenge.
Okay.
And, I don't know, I just wasn't enjoying my time as much as I did with Sun and Moon.
But there was a lot of cool post-game stuff, like all the legendaries and stuff, but as far as story, I still feel like Sun and Moon was still leagues better. Because you didn't know what was happening. Like, everything this time around, it was like, you knew pretty much what was happening.
I kind of didn't care too much about the legendary portals again, because I already have all the legendaries from the previous games, plus like the events and stuff. So I already have like multiples of a lot of legendaries. Yeah. So I was like, maybe one day I'll catch them.
Yeah. Which it did give us a chance to shiny hunt the Ultra Beast, which I have done for Blacephalon and Buzzwole.
A friend of mine shiny hunts legendaries, and he's got quite the collection. While we're on the subject of Pokemon, not Game Freak, Niantic released a trailer for Gen 4 Pokemon Go. So we still don't know when it's going to come out, but I'm excited because I play Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And there was also a trailer for Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu where they showed some more stuff. They showed the Go Park. They showed catching some legendaries like the birds. It looks like you battle them first and then you get the opportunity to catch them. But yeah, I'm excited for that game still. Especially because
So you actually battled the legendaries?
I know you battle the birds at least.
Ooh, okay.
Probably,
Sweet. At least they incorporated battles into it in some way.
Yeah. No, there is battling in that game, but it's only against trainers. But it seems like the legendaries you're going to have to battle too.
Okay. Cool.
So, and I think the battle system is the same with like 4 moves and stuff, but I don't think they have abilities anymore and hold items. So, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm still excited for like a new Pokemon game. So, because I think it's considered a mainstream game. Or mainline game.
It is, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and we still don't have a good rival anymore. And by good, I mean like actually rival worthy. If they're all like best friends now, I'm like, I don't have a reason to want to fight you now.
It's like, dude, I just want to like chill and eat pizza with you. I don't want to beat your Pokemon up. It's just
yeah, what happened to green? Blue in English. What happened to blue and silver?
Yeah, dude. And like, I do like Hal and all those characters that are like,
I like them.
But you still like to have that jerk. It's like, man, I want to beat you so bad. It just
yes.
The smell you later, Ashy boy.
The jerk character makes you like, oh, I'm gonna beat this guy. and like now, since they're all friendly, they always heal your Pokemon before the battle.
Yeah,
it's like that's appreciated, but also like easy.
Yeah, there was something to it when your Pokemon were almost completely wiped out, and then Gary came up, you're like, oh shoot. And it was like, sup, Ashy boy, ready to get wrecked? And then you get wiped out, and it's like, well, crap, I should have been better prepared. So there was a challenge to it. There was anticipation and anxiety about, I'm fighting my rival with like 3 Pokemon, and half of them are half health. So, I don't know. It
was a challenge.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to appeal more towards casuals and kids now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were kids when we played those old games, and then we still enjoyed it. So there's a lot of hand holding now.
There is, and I can admit that I love Sun and Moon, but I wish there was a way to skip the cutscene. Like I mean, not the cutscenes, but like but like, do you know how to battle Pokemon? Do you know how to catch Pokemon? Do you know about IVs and EVs and stuff? Then you could just skip all that and get to the story itself.
I don't even think they talk about IVs and EVs.
Yeah, I'm throwing that out there.
Actually, I started up Ultra Sun just so that I can get the Pokemon from one of the events and then like trade it to or send it to my Pokebank, because I think there's like one for Ultra Moon and one for Ultra Sun. And so just starting it up to get to the Pokemart or why am I blanking on on the medical one? Poke Hospital?
Pokemon Center.
Yes, thank you. I don't know why I was blanking on the name, but for the Pokemon Center, it maybe took like 45 minutes to an hour just to get to the first Pokemon Center. I was like, oh my god, and I was like trying to skip through stuff too. I'm just like, oh my god, it was driving me insane. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We really don't have too much else to talk about except for like the Smash stuff and the Pokemon stuff. So I guess we're gonna go into comments/questions. But again, we seem to only have one from our good buddy LM Omni Alpha, who claims that it is LM as in element. So I guess it is LM Omni Alpha.
That's such a cool screen name, dude. Yeah.
But he has 3 questions, which is fine because he's the only one who asked us questions.
Woo-hoo! Whoop, whoop. We appreciate your dedication, Ellen.
Yes, you are the VIP of this podcast, I guess. So, his first question, he says, which Bowsette do you prefer, blonde Bowsette or red-headed Bowsette?
Ooh.
And that is a good question.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna have to go with red because it makes more sense.
Yeah, you know what?
I do like blonde, like, and of course, not trying to sound racist, but Peach is white, so I do prefer white Peach over like darker skin Peach, like almost like Shantae toned skin Peach, just because I feel like it's like Peach is the base, so she should stay white. I mean, it's a transformation. It's not changing your ethnicity. It's just changing your like power up. So I feel like white Peach with red hair would make sense. But I mean, because you don't really see people of different ethnicity and different backgrounds besides white with red hair, so that just like correct like biology and like pertaining to Peach as a character. I like if you're talking about Peach Bowser instead of Bowser Peach, definitely red hair I would say fits her better.
I think just in terms of design, I think they're both pretty good. But the red head has more of a Bowser look to it, and it kind of has that like cooler look as opposed to sexier look. Not that it can't be sexy, but I mean, I think I just associate it more with Bowser when I see that color scheme.
Yeah,
it makes just like here's
like
an evil
scary
girl.
Looking. It makes it more. It deviates more from who Peach is and adds more of Bowser. So.
Yes. So it has nothing to do with like redheaded being scarier than blondes.
Yeah.
I'm referring more towards the like connotation of it being Bowser as opposed to Peach. So you kind of feel like, oh, maybe this has more of a Bowser personality. So I think in terms of I guess sexiness, maybe blonde, and coolness, redhead. But I don't, they're both sexy and they're both cool, so I don't,
And Peach is beautiful to start with. Yeah. I mean, Peach is one of those she's just a cute princess. Like,
she's like
and of course,
iconic.
Rosalina is gorgeous. Mushroom Kingdom's got some pretty princesses, like, for real.
Well, according to game theory, Rosalina. For some reason, I was thinking Lucina. Name-wise. But apparently, Rosalina is Peach's daughter. So
I've heard that. That's
a
so weird.
Neat theory, though. It is a neat theory.
I found out this week. Someone posted something on Instagram and showed some concept art for Super Mario Odyssey,
and
it showed. Yeah, it showed that Rosalina. Or I think we talked about the Bowsette last week. Yeah. But Rosalina was actually going to be in the game as like a guitar player, like kind of like a gothic like guitar player and stuff. And she is actually left-handed like I am. I didn't know that. That was so cool to me.
Or like, at the very least, that would have been one of her outfits in one of the worlds if she appeared in one of the worlds. Yeah. Somebody mentioned that they thought that maybe she was supposed to be in the band with Pauline.
Oh, that would have been cool.
And that makes me wonder, would the other musicians have been other princesses like Daisy and, I don't know, would Peach have eventually joined the band? And maybe they just like scrapped that idea. I actually really like the original intended design of what's the name of the kingdom? The Metro Kingdom, or whatever it's called, the city. The original design, I don't know if we spoke about this last week or not, but the original design...
We did.
We did?
We did not.
Oh, we did not. The original design had it was a lot more colorful. There was still I remember seeing, there was not a house, like office, or one of the buildings said, I think Mario Plumbing or Mario Brothers Plumbing, and all the humans were very cartoony like Mario. I'm like, this fits a lot better. I like that design a lot more, and then it kind of became like a bland city with realistic humans, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, especially when Pauline sticks out like a sore thumb with her oversized head and stuff. It just,
I was like, when I came into that city, and I was like, okay, they're going to explain why she looks completely different, right? Like, no,
it's like, so why is a cartoon character the mayor of this city?
Like, New Donk City. Yeah, especially because they seem to be pushing the fact that this New Donk City is the same construction site location as the original Donkey Kong, which means Pauline might actually be like a citizen or from that town, unless she was taken there by Donkey Kong. So it's like, why does she look so different?
I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah, they got even the theme song, Jump Up Superstar, has the same tune to the original Donkey Kong medley. The the arcade Donkey Kong. Which I didn't notice until it was pointed out, and I was like, oh my god, now it's the only thing I hear. So it's like when she's going like, Odyssey, yes, see, it does that, like, do. So, that's pretty neat.
Talking about with the trumpet?
That, like, parade, or festival, the singing thing. That, like, when you play the original Donkey Kong, that music to the game where it loops the boop 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 boop. When it just keeps looping that not tune, but that like musical selection is used in that song. So they kind of used that. Shoot, I don't know.
That's a cool
I don't
throwback.
I don't know song terms, like musical terms, but
Just
they use that
that
same musical
string
writing.
of notes,
Yeah. So it's used in like that Donkey Kong theme is used in there. But
That's cool. I love when games do that. They harken back to an older part of the series. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. Thank you for pointing that out. That's cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. So the second question is, if you could make a non-gaming Smash, what company would you base it around? For example, Disney, Jump, Nickelodeon, I guess Sienna's Cartoon Network, DC, etc. And who would their original 12 be? I don't know. That's a pretty good question, though. I like it.
Yes, it is.
I mean, if it was gaming, I'd want to see, Pokemon. Like pure Pokemon. But since it's not gaming, well, first of all, it has to be made by Sakurai, or like it still has to play the same way. Like it still has to have the same level of care put into it. It can't be it can't be like some of these rip-offs we see that
Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion.
Yeah. Now if Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion played exactly like Smash and still had the same care and stuff put into it, then that's completely different. But I honestly, I don't know. Do you want to take this one first, because I really don't know, unless you don't know either.
I would love to. I would absolutely make it a Disney fighting game. I am such a Disney fanboy, just as much as Smash and Pokemon and stuff like that. I love Disney. I have since I was like 3 years old, and I would love to have this huge crossover, kind of like Kingdom Hearts, but a fighting game. If I had to pick an original 12, obviously it would have Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy as the main 4. And then, of course, I feel like really popular like princesses and characters could make in as... I feel like Stitch would make sense as another character in the base roster. And I feel like Elsa would be a very obvious pick as well, because Frozen. And as far as like I didn't think about it, there's no villains in the original 12 of the Smash, so it'd be all like heroes. So Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Stitch, Elsa. It depends if you're talking about Marvel, the Muppets, and Star Wars too. Probably I feel like I would keep it just I feel like it would just be Disney and Disney Pixar. Yeah. Maybe for Pixar, a Buzz and Woody combo, like a Buzz and Woody team up. That would be cool. Yeah. Let's see. So that's 7.
So what would they be called? The character would just be called Buzz and Woody?
Buzz and Woody!
It would be called Toy Story Duo.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. Trying to think who else is like huge. Oswald would be a good one, I feel like. Because he's like one of the OG Disney characters. Now
owned by Disney? Maybe. Okay, since there's...
I think they bought him.
Good point, because in the original 12, 4 of them seem to be like... The 4 secret characters seemed to, like, be very retro. So the one where Luigi was unlockable next to Mario, I feel like where Mario is, Mickey would be there, and to the left of him, the unlockable would be Oswald.
Oh, yeah, that would be so
they're
cool.
very similar, and they're right next to each other. I feel like that would be good.
Yep, and I mean, in the Epic Mickey series, they're brothers, so that makes sense. Just like Mario and Luigi. Hey, so Mickey, Oswald, Minnie, I would say probably Daisy, too. Goofy, let's see, Mickey, Oswald, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Stitch, Elsa, Buzz and Woody. Maybe I'm trying to think of other like super duper popular. Simba, yeah, Simba would be awesome. I can't believe I didn't think of Simba. He would make sense. And that'd be another animal rep. Well,
can we actually have the hyena trio?
I don't know
how you do 3 characters, but
I could see them as base. I definitely see Simba as possibly being a base. I love this. This is like awesome? A fanfic.
You know who'd be awesome? Beast.
Ooh, that's another good one. He would be a cool secret character.
Mm.
And 1/12th final one. Let's see.
Maleficent.
Mickey. Ooh,
Yeah,
I
but
would
she's
say
not a hero.
I would do just heroes. Maybe the OG Princess Snow White. I feel like she would be so Snow White, Elsa, Beast, maybe Jack Sparrow. Maybe I'd say you could switch between Beast or Jack Sparrow.
Actually, you know who'd be an awesome unlockable character?
Who?
The Cheshire Cat. Just
Yes,
for complete
dude.
randomness.
Oh gosh, of course, and of course the Mad Hatter would be hilarious as well. So
I just feel like the Cheshire Cat would be like, just like the odd secret character thrown in.
yeah, that'd be such a cool and of course there's characters like Jack Skellington.
Oh yeah.
What are some Pixar characters? Besides Toy Story, maybe Merida. She could be an archer. That would be cool. Aladdin, Hercules, Hades, Maleficent, Scar, Oogie Boogie. I love Oogie Boogie. I love Captain Hook. Captain Hook and Peter Pan would be great.
Peter Pan.
Yes. Mr. Smee. I can see him being an assist trophy. Captain Hook being playable and him being assist.
Well, would we have assist trophies?
Of
I would like to be, but from the original game didn't have them. But if it was being made now, I don't know. If we're just using the original,
we're talking about just like Smash.
Yeah, if we're using the original Smash as like a template, then I guess there's no assist trophies.
Oh, that's
true. But if you're
true.
talking about making a new game now,
oh yeah, that's why I went off to Jack Skellington and Aladdin, because I thought you were talking about a Smash, big Smash game. I didn't know you were talking about the original 11.
Well, because the question was,
original 12.
Who would their original 12 be?
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna I want to say time travel and say, if that game was made, but there were Disney characters. But I'm probably gonna also ignore the fact that at the time there was some characters didn't exist yet. So I'm gonna say let's make the Smash N64 game, but not pay attention to when certain characters were released.
Okay, so because in that case, Stitch wouldn't be in it. A lot of characters I said
maybe
wouldn't be
Monsters Inc. character. I don't know.
They were 2000s too. The only ones that were out before Toy Story, Buzz and Woody would make sense because they were released in '95.
Mm-hmm.
So they can make it in. But definitely, I think Mickey, Oswald, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Beast would be a good one. Like you said, Stitch, Snow White, Elsa, and that leaves two more. I already forgot who I said. I feel like Simba. That's who else you said.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cheshire Cat.
Cheshire Cat. That would be cool.
That's 12?
Yep,
and
that's 12.
Which 4 of those are unlockable?
Oswald, Cheshire Cat.
Cheshire Cat.
Oswald, Cheshire Cat. I started to say Stitch, but he's pretty big. I would say he's base roster. Cheshire Cat, Oswald, Elsa, and Beast. Okay. Maybe. I would say that. Because then that leaves Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Daisy. That's the 5 main ones besides Pluto. Stitch, Snow White, Simba, Buzz and Woody, and the 10th one who I keep forgetting. No, I said Cheshire Cat would be unlockable. Oh wait, that would be 9 right there. Shoot.
I got
we'll just nix Daisy and leave her out.
That could be an unlockable. That can that can be right next to Goofy is a son Max.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How can I forget Max exists, dude?
So Oswald would be right next to Mickey, and I guess Goofy would be on the left and be right next to Max.
Yep.
And then Cheshire Cat and whoever else is the unlockable.
Yeah, dude. Ellum, you made a Disney fanboy's day because you made me talk about Disney and Smash Bros.
No, you know who should be an unlockable character?
Oh, Sora.
Exactly. You beat me to it.
He would be the ultimate surprise, but
I guess for me, I would I mean, since I wasn't really sure, but I guess maybe I would pick Jump. We already which is Shōnen Jump, which I guess the closest we got to that was Jump Ultimate Stars and Jump Superstars on the DS.
Okay.
It played very similarly, but if it played just like Smash Bros, man, that would be amazing. And I think the original 8 outside of the unlockable 4 we would have to have Goku.
Obviously.
Goku, Luffy, and Naruto, they seem to be big 3. And I'm not as familiar with like some modern shonen and like anime and manga as much as I guess I used to be.
Same.
So
yeah, I'm not.
A lot of my picks might be from a little bit older series.
I would say Yugi.
I was gonna say Yugi, but I was thinking maybe he would be unlockable.
Okay, good point.
I
good
think
point.
I'm not sure. So Goku, Luffy, Naruto, and maybe Ichigo.
Yeah.
I think he was pretty big at one point. So that's
4. What's the dude from Attack on Titan?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
It's
no,
that's Assassin's Creed. I forget his name. It starts with an E.
But...
Yeah. I feel like Vegeta would be a good secret fighter, a good unlockable
right
fighter.
Next to Goku.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. So that's I'm not paying attention to secrets yet. I think like one character for each series in the first 8, like the base 8.
Oh yeah.
So Goku, Luffy, Naruto, maybe the character from like maybe Gon from Hunter x Hunter, which I didn't read or watch, but I know he's popular, and Ichigo, so that's 5.
Would you count like kids anime like Digimon and Pokemon?
They aren't Jump though, like Shōnen Jump.
Okay.
Otherwise that'd be a lot more broad, like just all anime. It'd also be like a publisher's nightmare, or licenser's nightmare. Considering
I wonder if Attack on Titan is Shōnen now. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. Who else? Is Sword Art Online? Because Kirito would be a good one.
Don't know. I don't think so.
Probably not.
I have a character, but I think I would put them as unlockable, so I'll save that.
What's the dude from Fairy Tail?
Oh, I don't know, but I guess he's probably popular. Oh, you know what? Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho.
I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, I think
but okay.
that was popular at the time. So let's see here. Okay. So the top row I think would be Goku, Luffy, Naruto, and I think on their top row would also be, and that's not to say like anything good or bad about any other characters, but I think like they're similar in the fact that they've been around for a longer time, and they're known as like the big 3. And maybe right next to them, I might put Yusuke on there just because he's older as well. Then probably on the bottom 4 would be Ichigo. I think I said someone else before. I can't remember. Gon from Hunter x Hunter. Gon. 2 more. Non-unlockable. I mean, I guess the character from Attack on Titan that you said, I don't know who it is.
Aaron. I think his name is Aaron.
Okay.
I think. What about, what's that redheaded chick's name from Gurren Lagann?
Gurren Lagann? Is she the main character, though? Because I feel like...
no, she's not. That's right.
I was actually thinking, can we get some female representation? And I can't think of any female main characters.
Yeah.
For Shōnen.
Yeah.
Maybe they have them for... What is it called? Shoujo. They do have... That's like for young... The demographic is for young girls. But, there's gotta be like a main... like a female main character.
I don't know if Squid Girl is a shonen. I don't...
From Inkling?
Squid Girl would be funny. That would be cool.
From Inkling?
No,
Splatoon?
she actually is it's actually an anime called Squid Girl. I'm actually really interested to watch it.
Oh, you know
it's more like a cutesy anime, I think. But they
Viz.
actually, apparently, dude, she's so big. Nintendo actually teamed up with them to have like some kind of Squid Girl cameo in Splatoon in Japan or something like that, in like artwork or something. So she's pretty big, and she's got ties to Nintendo. So
I'm taking a quick look at like the Viz's website just to see if any series pop out.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of the. I don't know a lot of the modern anime and manga.
Yeah.
Because I don't really follow them as much as I used to, and there is a lot of series that deserve to be. Oh, how can I be so foolish as to look over Sailor Moon?
Oh yeah.
In the top 8, she's in base 8, and she's the female rep right there.
Yep.
In fact, I think she would be on the top row. With Goku, Luffy, and Naruto. So Goku, Luffy, Naruto, Sailor Moon. The bottom row would be Yusuke, Ichigo, I guess Gon, and the character from Attack on Titan. I think that's like a nice. I don't know much about My Hero Academia yet, but I feel like a character from there deserves to be on there too.
Oh yeah.
So maybe
my friend Ethan loves that anime.
Take out one of the ones I said to make as an unlockable. Maybe take out either Yusuke or Ichigo. I think take out Yusuke because he'll be an unlockable, and whoever the main character is from My Hero Academia would be in the base 8. Then for the unlockable characters, 4 unlockable characters, I think Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Maybe whatever his name is from Death Note.
Oh yeah,
I'm not quite I'm not quite sure how he would fight though.
Yeah.
Though I think he might actually be in Jump Superstars. He could be a fighter, I don't know. But Yugi and Light,
Vegeta,
Yusuke. Well, I think if we do one from each series, because there's just so many. Otherwise, Vegeta would probably be in there. But there's just too many. And my other pick, the one that I was keeping secret, would be Beat from Beat the Vandal Buster, which is a highly underrated manga that was put on hiatus at one point because the writer or artist, one of them got sick. And it was put on hiatus for so damn long. And I think it finally came back like last spring. And then I think it went on hiatus again because it switched to a different magazine. Because Jump was going through some kind of like not redo, but like or reboot, but they're like switching. They did something where they were switching to a different type of magazine, and then so it was like on hiatus, I think, again until that came out. So in Japan, Beat the Vandal Buster was they had 12 volumes out, and so the 13th volume recently came out in Japan last year, I think, but we didn't get it in America. But in America, we got volumes 1 to 12 back in the day. And I think in Japan they released digitally, like they re-released volumes 1 to 12 recently and digitally, but they never re-released it here. So I'm wondering if they're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with that series, and I'm hoping they bring it back because that series was a lot of fun. It was just a really fun series. It was like, it was just so good. So I would put Beat from Beat the Vandal Buster on there, and I think that's my 12. And,
cool roster.
Yeah, so then there's that last question, which I think we can get through pretty fast. It just says, so the third question was, do you think there's going to be a new fourth wall breaker, like Fox in Melee, Snake in a Brawl, and Pit in Wii U, and who do you think it could be? And I like that question a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But I have no idea who it would be. It also depends on the rest of the cast.
Very true.
With K. Rool and potentially Dixie in, and I think some fans were doing this online, and I didn't actually watch it yet, but they've been doing like the Snake Codex, like extra fan-made ones, and I think they have one for Cranky Kong. So I can see Cranky Kong giving advice, especially now that K. Rool and potentially Dixie are in there. Yeah, block content. I can see Cranky Kong giving advice on every character, and that would be funny.
Yep.
I mean, who else do you think would potentially?
Again, it goes back to Shantae. I feel like with her having that overworld text dialogue, that could fit very well. plus it would give her and a bunch of other characters a chance to speak, besides just text dialogue and laughs. So I mean, obviously, that's the only one that really comes to mind of the possible new characters that could make sense. Yeah, I mean, Sora could be cool. If they had him, he could talk about different fighters, like, whoa, who's this world's characters and stuff. So,
Who?
yeah, Sora.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
that's really the only two I could think about.
I just thought of a couple that could work. Maybe Dr. Light from Mega Man. Maybe he can, like...
Oh, yeah.
You can get some dialogue. I mean, Mega Man doesn't talk he doesn't make any sounds in the game. In his series, he talks. It's just, for some reason, I guess they were trying to emulate the gameplay, where he makes no vocal noises.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they can always... I mean, now, the latest voice actor for Mega Man 11, he can do some kind of vocal thing. I don't know, like some voice. Otherwise, you could have one of Sonic's friends, like Tails someone. It'd be funny to see the other characters put in their 2 cents on a fighter, like almost as if there was like a party together, like talking to Sonic. You know, so maybe like Tails is trying to explain to Sonic who Luigi is, because he's almost like Sonic's, you know, Luigi to Mario, you know. So he could be like something like, you know, he's his partner, just like I am to you, or something like that. And like I could see like a character talking, whether it's Tails or somebody, and then another character like Knuckles butting in during their conversation, being like what do you mean I'm not your partner, or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or like
cool.
They're talking about a female character, like maybe Amy would butt in and be like, oh, you better not be flirting with any other girls, or something like that, you know. Like I think that'd be really funny. And the only other character I could think of, which I don't know if they would do this, because I feel like they would have done it in something like Melee or Brawl, but I think they still can if they had, well, I was gonna say like Navi for Link, but we have a different Link now, and I don't even think he has a fairy, unless he has somebody communicate with him via the Sheikah Slate. But I don't think you use it as a communicator in that game. You use it for like everything but a communicator.
Huh.
It does record video, but I can see like maybe like Zelda talking to him somehow via the Sheikah Slate, because she is more like a scientist, like more, not scientist, but yeah, she's more like a researcher in that game, so it would make sense for her to explain it, you know.
That'd be
Plus,
cool,
you'd see
like Breath of the Wild Zelda.
Yeah,
yeah,
to him.
Explaining Zelda.
Because there are different Zeldas. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Although Link doesn't talk, so he can't really talk back. But she can, you know, other characters can talk. Like maybe if she's talking, like another character from Breath of the Wild can talk, like next to Link. I'm not sure who.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, maybe like what's her name, like Paya, because she was like a big fan of Link. Though I don't know why she would be there, because she's not on the battlefield. So I don't know. They might be able to make it work somehow if Link just makes like reaction noises, like
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, that's Zelda Link, and he's like, and she's like, well, another Zelda. She's from a long time ago. He's just like, like thinking like, So that would be really funny. I don't think they do that, but that would actually, I would get a kick out of that.
Oh, dude, yes. Especially if they don't bring back Palutena's Guidance or Snake's Codex.
Yeah. And I'm sure there are plenty of other fourth wall breakers that could potentially be even way better, but those are just the ones that came to my head first. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that, I mean, even they'd be cool to have the Pokedex or one of the professors.
Yeah.
Like the Pokemon trainer. Although, again, the Pokemon trainer is a silent character, too.
Yeah.
So,
that'd be cool to, like, try and explain someone, but this creature is exceptionally hairy. I'm like, hey, hush. I'm like, kind of like, quit insulting me. So that'd be cool.
Mario, this is not a Pokemon.
This short mustachioed man jumps in pipes to save a princess he has no chance with.
Actually, it could be Rotom from the Rotom Dex.
Oh, yeah. Be cool.
This guy is a fire type. But yeah.
He's angry. He's a fighting type, too.
Bowser is a dragon type. But yeah, other than that, LM Omni Alpha said what I said before. He said put it in its own comment this time. Oh yeah, he just said, I'm not quite sure what he was referring to, but then he says it's pronounced LM, like element, Omni Alpha. So, and that pretty much wraps it up for fan questions. If we ever get like a bunch of fan questions, we'll have to narrow it down. But it seems like LM Omni Alpha is the VIP right now. So
oh yeah,
he's been asking us questions every week and giving us stuff to talk about. So thank you, LM Omni Alpha. Looking forward to your potential question for next week. Or since actually we're recording this like Alpha mentioned earlier, we're recording the Alpha Stoutland, that is, not LM Omni Alpha. But since he mentioned earlier we're recording Tuesday, that's right, we're actually getting this episode out a bit late this week because of just things didn't line up this weekend, but we still wanted to get an episode out. So the next episode we are still aiming for Saturday. And we might have a special guest, and I don't want to say anything because, we already had to reschedule a couple times, so I don't want to, say we're going to have this person and then we have to reschedule again. But we do plan on potentially having a special guest next weekend to join us. So, well, I'm looking forward to that if that happens.
Oh, yes.
If we have to reschedule again, then so be it, Everybody's always busy. Things happen.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week. And I think we're probably about an hour. I think we're about.
I think
an
it's
hour.
about an hour and a half probably by now.
Is it?
But
oh crap! I didn't know.
we got onto the Smash Disney.
It was Smash. Yeah, that did it to us. We
cracked. We're sorry.
Like once we get talking about Smash, man. But I think it was a lot better this week in terms of trying to get closer to an hour. We'll try next week to get even lower than that. We're trying to really hit like about an hour. But it's just we just love talking about games.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's gonna do it for this week. Alpha, where can they find you?
As always, I'm here on YouTube and I'm on Twitter too. It's finally unprivatized, so you can follow me anytime now.
Yay.
So I finally fixed that. And I don't know if there's a way to figure out. I don't know how you add someone on Discord, but if you can figure that out, send me a friend request. I'll accept it. So yeah, I'm on all three of those places.
Alrighty, and for me, you're watching my YouTube, and I'm like Diamond Def and True Maru on different social medias, so you can check the links in the description for that. Otherwise, I'm gonna plug away my comic series Spirit Legends. Those links will be in the description. Please take a look at that because I have a lot of fun working on that, and I know the maybe 2 or 3 people who actually read it do enjoy it. It is up on the Tapas app. I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced. Tapas.io, tapas.io, and it's on the app. And right now it's got like 22 followers, so there's 22 people who are reading it. So
hey, okay.
That's cool. But yeah, that's it. And I guess that is all for this week, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I think Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh!